Welcome back and thank you for joining me. I'm coming with this story about two police officers, and it is just getting way out of control. Like I said, there is no law and order, there is no morality anymore. This is the damn Wild West. Anything goes. These people have lost their mind. They have gone crazy. It is like watching a circus show. But these Caucasus Mountain creatures dressed in blue had the nerve to kick a man while he was handcuffed. And this is what happened with them.
Next here this evening, a Georgia Police Department taking swift action tonight, firing an officer just one day after he is seen on video kicking a man who was allegedly already handcuffed and lying on the ground, kicking him in the head. The police chief tonight saying the video speaks for itself. Here's ABC's Steve Osunsami.
Police decided that what happened at this routine traffic stop was unacceptable after seeing two videos of the incident for themselves. The latest video that they found online this evening shows the arresting officer punching 21-year-old Demetrius Hollins in the face. In a second video, you see him handcuff Hollins and then force him to face the ground. Hollins is accused of driving on a suspended license and carrying a small amount of weed. The bigger problem, police tell us, is when backup comes. That's Gwinnett County Officer Robert McDonald, seen here kicking the young black man in the head. The police chief is not happy.
I was mad, I was upset, and it felt like I'd been gut punched.
Both police officers have now been fired, and the district attorney is now waiting on a police investigation to decide if there will be charges.
The suspect was not resisting. At that point, that's it. There should have been no other application of force.
It's clear in this booking photo that Hollins was hurt.
All I can say is I wish this never happened to me.
Police here tonight are making a big point of underlining how quickly they fired these two officers. David, Steve Osunsami.
Now, it's always when something like this happens, why do they always have to put the black officer up there in front of the damn camera? If he's not speaking, he's going to be somewhere where the person is speaking. I swear, these little things that they do, they act like it makes a difference in how people are looking at their evil asses. So, and this is what I'm talking about. You have these drug head addicts on meth and heroin and other drugs. And these motherfuckers are putting like vending machines so they can get needles, clean needles. They are putting help for them in healthcare. Like even in Medicaid, if you are a drug addict, you can get health care and you can get treatment for that. They are going above and beyond to get treatment to these people who have a fucking disease. Now doing drugs is a fucking disease, but then you pull this person over on a suspended license and a little bit of weed. Are you serious? They still won't stop. Even after all of the bodies, the coroner cannot keep up with all of the dead bodies. Here in Indiana, there is an epidemic of people who, well, these are children. Their parents have OD'd, died, or whatever. And the Children and Family Services are begging people to become volunteers to help them to work. Because these kids don't have advocates at all. They can't place them. They don't know what the fuck to do with them. And they tried to do it on television just like here. They put some black kids up there. You know good and goddamn well that there's no black people on no damn meth. This is their problem. Those opioids, the meth, the heroin, that's them. But then this man gets kicked in the head, punched in the face because he had some weed and he was driving on a suspended license, like he had a gun, like he was a murderer, like he had done something to them. They deserve to be fired is not enough. I hope the family is going to sue these two pale vampires, these disgusting ass roaches. And that's what I'm going to call, because they are running rampant like roaches. You see one, you're guaranteed there's millions behind the wall. Pale roaches. So he wants a cookie for firing them, which is what you're supposed to do, as if this is special. As, you know, oh, look at me, I fired them when I saw the video. Bullshit. More needs to be done. Lawsuits need to be taken out. People need to be fired. More than that, because they thought it was okay. So obviously there's something going on. It's rotten at the top. And then that cop at the back, the black one, he know what the hell is going on. He knows the environment around that bitch. But you're going to kick somebody in the head. They said that's where it's... It got bad when he kicked him in the head. Oh, it's not bad when somebody's slinging you down on the concrete, pressing your chest and face into the concrete. That's not bad. It was somebody punching you in the fucking face and you're not resisting and doing anything. And then they try and call it resisting when you're trying to shield yourself from being beat. You're just supposed to lay there and let them beat the shit out of you. Like I said, whatever happens to these cops and the shit that they do, I have no type of sympathy for them. No type of sympathy. If somebody wanted to go ahead and take care of them, I would have no sympathy. All of the incidents that I have heard, I have no sympathy for the evil asses. And I hope they burn in hell. Now, did you see that? This is what I'm talking about. And people want to say it's only a few bad apples. How many times do I have to say the whole fucking orchard is rotten to the core? It's spoiled and diseased, and it all needs to be burned the fuck down. Because this man would not roll down his window all the way. You're going to break his window, which you owe him money, which that's another lawsuit. People need to start. Please pull out your cameras and film so you can get yourself a lawyer and get a lawsuit going. Because he refused to unlock his door. So he's going to break the window. He's going to unlock this man's door, which he has no right to do. What is he charging this man with? That's the whole point. This man has the right to know why he's being pulled over, what he's being charged with. But like I said, this bullshit about a few bad apples, no. All of them are diseased and disgusting and need to be taken out. If you remember about the man who was laying on the ground and he had his hands up and he still got shot. And then they came over there, rolled him over and handcuffed him, while simultaneously saying that he was not a criminal and they were aiming at the autistic young man. Right. But here's more on that situation.
North Miami police officer is facing felony charges tonight for the 2016 shooting of an unarmed man who was holding up his hands in the air at the time. But tonight, Officer Jonathan Aleda is out of jail.
And this is the first time Miami-Dade State Attorney Catherine Fernandez-Rundo has charged an officer since she took office in 1993.
NBC6's Michael Spears is joining us live from the North Miami Police Department with more on these charges and what the community is saying tonight. Michael.
Well, Juwan, some were happy with the state attorney's decision. Others, as you can imagine, not so much. Officer Jonathan Aleda, he did bond out of jail a few hours ago without speaking to news crews there at the jail. His arrest comes 9 months after prosecutors say he shot an unarmed man in the street. North Miami officer Jonathan Aleda walked out of jail Wednesday night after being charged with attempted manslaughter and culpable negligence in the July 2016 shooting of Charles Kinsey, who had been unarmed and captured on cell phone video with his hands up.
I think the city's overall reaction is this is a very unfortunate incident.
Police say Kinsey, a behavioral therapist, had gone to retrieve one of his autistic clients, Arnaldo Rios Soto, who was in the street with a toy truck that a 911 caller reported had possibly been a weapon.
He has what appeared to be a gun.
According to a newly released arrest warrant, Officer Aleda fired 3 gunshots from a rifle less than a minute after another officer had determined the autistic man had a toy truck, as Kinsey told officers. The Miami-Dade State Attorney's Office said Officer Aleda was 152 feet away and not in position to correctly assess the situation or accurately fire.
This arrest is 100% politically motivated. To coin a phrase, it's the tail wagging the dog.
Strong words from the local police union following the arrest. North Miami City Councilman Scott Galvin disagreed.
This situation is really about justice for Mr. Kinsey and Mr. Rios.
The attorney for Rios Soto said his client still suffers from that day and plans to file a civil lawsuit soon on behalf of the family.
He wakes up in the middle of the night screaming, "Police, police, the blood, the blood." He is afraid of anybody in uniform.
The city manager said Aleda is still with the department on paid administrative leave. A North Miami police commander, Emil Holland, also remains on paid leave, pending an internal investigation after allegedly giving inconsistent statements on the shooting.
We want to do the right thing for the community, so we're continuing to move forward, but certainly unfortunate.
Now, the city of North Miami says this shooting has led to changes within the department, like body cameras and also new training for officers in how to deal with the mentally ill. We did reach out to Kinsey's attorney for an interview today, but he declined, citing a pending federal lawsuit that he has filed on behalf of his client.
Now, those charges are not good enough. It should be attempted murder for both of them, because the person who called in should be charged as well, because I am so sick and tired of these Caucasus Mountain creatures calling in trying to get people killed. The bitch knew that that guy did not have a gun. These people are doing this shit on purpose, and they need to start being charged. If you call in and make a false report because you could get somebody killed, then your ass is going to do some time, and it needs to be significant time for calling in stuff. That's one. 2, people are still saying, no, you shouldn't charge the officer. It was a mistake. How the fuck is it a mistake when they were told that the boy had, well, the young man had a toy truck? And that information was relied, and saying he was too far back. You have a scope on that gun. You knew where you were aiming. 3 shots. And nobody said, no, it's a toy. I mean, and he couldn't assess the situation. It's bullshit. Then why did you say you didn't know when you shot him? They just come up with bullshit and they expect you to just eat it. Just take it down. This is what it is. Nobody's falling for the bullshit anymore. And like I said and continue to say, the whole orchard is spoiled. It's not just a few bad ones. This is absolutely disgusting and deplorable. And I already said, black people need to watch their back. We are prisoners of war, and these motherfuckers are hunting us. They're hunting us. You need to watch your back and be careful and be mindful and watchful of your surroundings. You never know when a crazy ass Caucasus Mountain monster might jump out. You never know. But this asshole is on paid administrative leave. Are you kidding me? You shoot somebody and you say you don't know. You should know before you pull that trigger. Well, I saw this. This looks like a weapon. He couldn't even come up with a good lie at the time. No, it's because I saw that melanated skin and I just had to shoot. It's in my DNA. That's the truth. But I'll go ahead and leave it here. You let me know what you think about this situation. Go ahead and leave a comment, and I'll see you next time.